Day 2 wasn't looking good, with rain around in the morning delaying the game by an hour. The rain then held off and the boys were champing at the bits to bowl in these conditions. Big Carl wasn't too happy with no paid umpire, with 2 absolutely plumb LBW decisions turned down early. Junction simply were just surviving. Reese came on and started the rot with 2 wickets, and from there it was evident we were finishing early. Carr came back on and clean bowled a couple of bats. Beach chipped in and Clark finished off the tail. Junction all out for 63. Grommer and Darcy were very happy that they were off the spirituals bucks on time. Final hopes very much still alive. Having lost on day 1, there was an awful lot of enthusiasm about what the day might bring. Eventually the ground dried up and we were away. Ryan Grommer taking 2 quick wickets and Ruben and Ryder wrapping things up. We had them all out for 135 with 65 overs remaining in the match. An excellent bowling effort, but not quite enough time in the match to really chase a reverse outright. Tank batted beautifully for his 43, including a massive 6 landing on top of the scoreboard. As it batted ugly, surviving 30 odd overs, Ryder Brett and Ryan Grommer saw us through to 3 for 140 before they had enough and the boys could finally head off to Jack's Bucks. 7 overs of chaos with the bat and 10 overs with the ball, ultimately the difference in the game. We put good pressure on Baronia right until the end with some great bowling and great fielding by all team members. There were a lot of maidens and we could go on to bowl them out for 83 runs. We batted good in the beginning as there was a lot of drop in runs which showed some great confidence and strong batting. Although we lost some quick wickets but we were able to make it consistent and with some steady runs throughout the game was able to secure us an easy win. The fours played Ludo at the gateway. The bowlers got off to a great start in some tough conditions with Stu bowlers picking up a couple of wickets just before drinks. Lidl gave a couple of chances going aerial but things unfortunately just didn't quite go our way. Chops picked up a couple of wickets towards the end of the innings and all the bowlers did quite a good job with a steady flow of runs. It was hard to defend and ended up going for 5 for 219. The batting innings saw us open up with DC and Sharky again, getting us off to a solid start. Unfortunately, DC was wrongfully given out LBW, leaving us 1 for 40 in the 9th over. Sharky making a solid 30 before he sent one to first slip. Mitch Walker did his job well and got us to drinks, which saw us 2 for 81. We had a little bit of trouble just after drinks, losing 4 wickets in 6 overs, but Chops and Stu Bowlers pushing back, building a 40-run partnership. In the end, it just wasn't quite enough with us finishing up 9 for 161. Side note, not only was I hearing it from the opposition, I could hear Jacko sledging me down the boundary. In a clash of second versus third, the Fives went to Croydon Hills Primary to take on second place South Warrandyte. Dryden lost the toss and was sent into bowl. The ball was doing a lot through the whole bowling innings and we bowled extremely well, not really giving anything to put away. We kept South Warrandyte to 5 for 101 off 36 overs. Pick of the bowlers, Gus Schilling, who was improving with each and every game, with 1 for 16 off his 6 overs. Congratulations to Angry for reaching his 100th wicket for the club, ending up with figures of 2 for 18 off 7. We then went into bat, and to South Warrandyte's credit, their bowlers bowled super tight and gave us nothing. Being behind the batting early and a steady flow of wickets really hurt us. Woody fought really hard, Paul Bassett and Pete Schilling gave us a bit of hope and fight towards the end, building a partnership together, but fell way short. Only managing 7 for 84 of 36 overs. Hopefully we can turn it around next week against the top side. After a drizzly, raining morning, the 6-11 headed to Little Heights to take on Powtown's second 11 and then quickly sent into bat after losing the toss. After a slow start and the top order falling quickly, it was this week's opener Brad Ronalds who worked well through the partnerships, making a solid 51 runs. During his innings, and it is well worth mentioning, Brad had the privilege of batting with his son Isaac in his first senior men's cricket game. It is still questionable, although Isaac insisted it was his fault, who was at fault for running poor Isaac out. Was it Dad or was it son? I'm sure either way it was a memorable experience for both Reynolds and one they will speak of regularly. Chirnside were shortly after bowled out for 118. Chasing a small total, Powtown took on the chase, however soon learned the ground was equally as slow for them and their first wicket fell shortly. Honourable mention to our junior boys Riggs and Isaac, who both took wickets, and to Ollie and Deepan for bowling tight overs, making it extremely difficult for Powtown to make the runs required. However, on this day Powtown were just too good for the Chirney 6-11 men and women, and took the victory in the 27th over, finishing the day 5 for 120.